Good morning. Happy New Year. It's January 1st, Monday. It's 7 a.m. And if you are practicing with me this morning, congratulations for being up for practicing at 7 a.m. on New Year's Day. I did not plan to go out last night. I did not plan to. I planned to have a nice early night and be all fresh and ready for class or practice this morning. And of course, I that all changed. So I am showing up for you guys out of, I just said, God, I am showing up for you, beautiful, beautiful humans, out of love and commitment to this practice. And then my alarm went off just a few hours after I went to bed. I I thought, I could not do this for a number of reasons. And then I thought, well, this is the commitment. This is why I show up. And showing up in any or all states is really what yoga is. It's not always about being in the most, I don't know, it's not always about being perfect. It's being authentic with where I am now, who I am now, what I am in this moment. And I am just so thrilled that it is 2024. I am just so thrilled that you are joining me wherever, whenever you are right now. Thank you. Thank you for taking time for yourself. Thank you for honoring the practice together. And it's just a wonderful place to begin the new year when we bring attention and awareness to our relationship to ourselves on the first day of the year and really honor that and honor who we are, and also honoring that sometimes we arrive and we're there. It's not our premium self, but it is ourselves. And there have been many yoga classes, and I really feel like I'm coming at this morning practice more as a student than as a teacher, a student sharing my experience as a student with you rather than I'm teaching you. And I would say that in my experience as a student, turning up for yoga or turning up for whatever I'm committed to, even when I'm not in the best possible way of being, doesn't mean that the authenticity of my turning up is any the less. In fact, it's somewhat more, because I am still turning up despite an unexpected late night in the best possible way. So thank you to my community and to my dear, dear friends who cajoled me out of the house last night to celebrate the new year. It was unexpected, but absolutely delightful. And I hope that wherever you are and you are listening to this, that we all just take a moment to have a real deep appreciation for our friends and community that gives us fire and gives us a sense of belonging. And so yeah. And so here we are on January 1st, the first day of 2024, which promises to be a spectacular, transformational, sensational new year. And I think the thing I really want to just bring the first day of this year and the first day of morning practice this year in with is Hatha Yoga Anushasanam, which was the Yoga Sutra we began the morning practice with on October 13th. But Hatha Yoga Anushasanam, the first Yoga Sutra, here yoga begins. Here in this auspicious moment, yoga begins. It's, again, multiple ways of translating a very simple sentence, but namely to say, you can say Hatha Yoga Anushasanam at any moment because, again, it's really yoga just begins when we're being authentic and real and willing to offer ourselves to a practice in exactly the state that we find ourselves in this moment. So thank you for joining me on a very sleepy January 1st. Let's bring our attention into our hearts as we... I did not expect to be yawning this much. Sorry. Apologies. But stay with me and we will get through practice in a very sweet and beautiful way, connecting to our hearts, connecting to our breath, and connecting to some movement. So let's find a seat. You can sit up on a block, you can sit up on a bolster, some blankets. Please sit in a chair if that is more comfortable. And we'll just close our eyes and just breathing normally, letting the attention and awareness go within, go inside, scanning the body, feeling the internal space. How does it feel? Is your body saying something like, why am I not still in bed? Is my body saying something like, I need more sleep, Olivia? Or whatever your body's saying, because your body might be saying, I'm just fine, this is great. And that is really good. So we're just going to come to stillness. And all those thoughts about last night and this and that, and oh my goodness, it's the new year and I should still be in bed, etc. We're just going to look at them and observe them and maybe step backward from them and say, that's great, I'm seeing you, but I'm also just going to show up for my practice this morning, and I'm going to bring one hand to my heart center and another hand over top. You can leave your hands in your lap. You can bring your hands to prayer. And just feeling the energetic resonance between the palms of your hands and the heart space, the magnetic field, the feedback. And on this first day of a new year, you may want to set intention, set an offering, set some kind of transmission of love, energy, support, safety to a person, a group of people, a situation in the world, a country. Just something that you would like to offer benefit to, or dedication to, or intention with. And you can call that into your heart space just now. Allowing the body to be whatever the body is, allowing the body to be wherever the body is, just offering your dedication, intention, offering. And you just feel the light that is inside your heart illuminate, make luminous that devotion, that dedication, that intention, that offering. The heart's light growing and growing around it. And let's just take a minute or two in silence. Silent meditation, offering, being with our dedication, our intention. Hatha Yoga, Anushasanam. Here yoga begins. Here yoga begins when I am just showing up in all honesty, in all reality, with what I have to offer. My willingness to do the practice, my commitment to this practice. Here yoga begins. You can deepen your breath and just allow yourself to gently blink open the eyes and feel some movement. You may want to just readjust your seat, readjust your knees, to take any wiggles that you might need. You may notice that you're still wearing your jacket and it needs to come off, but that's okay. We'll just do that when we go to the mat. And we'll do some pranayama, some breath work, and I think a really nice way of just bringing in the breath work will be to do a box breathing, a count of 4 for the inhale, a holding for 4, and an exhaling for 4, and then a holding for 4. If holding the breath is uncomfortable or difficult, just hold it for less, for 2, or not at all, and just do a nice long inhale and a nice long exhale. But I'll count us through to begin. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 2, 3, 4. And hold 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. We'll just keep doing that on your own for a few more rounds. Do one more round. And then just allowing the breath to return to normal, and that's meet on the mat. Again, in a cross-legged position, having blocks to sit on for support, and also as we move through the practice can be handy. Blankets can be good for underneath the knees, but we'll meet over on the mat, having a sip of water or tea, if you are lucky enough to have such things. Oh, yes. Well, I have to say, I am very in appreciation of you guys joining, you beautiful humans, for joining me today. It is a quiet January 1st out on Portland Street in San Francisco. Normally at this time on a Monday, I think we'd see a lot more activity. Oops, than we are. But I think that's probably because it's New Year's Day. So finding a comfortable seat on the mat, and then we'll just bring our arms overhead, hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart, just offering love and gratitude for this body, all we put in the body, all we do to the body who endures and withstands so much, and just is also just like this incredible instrument of consciousness and such a great receptor of movement and pleasure and joy. May your new year be filled with the receptivity of much joy, I hope, for us all. May it be a goal, may it be an intention. My body will receive much joy in the following year, this year, 2024. I will be a ultra receiver of joy. And just, I have so much gratitude for this incredible instrument of consciousness that I get to experience in this moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll inhale, arms overhead, hands to prayer, prayer to heart. Again, just offering love and gratitude with such humility, with such honesty for our friends, our loved ones, our families, our communities, all those who just make our life beautiful, strangers we don't know, the people we do, the people we interact with, maybe even the people we see year after year, place after place, because we live in the same place. We don't even know them that well. But we just offer gratitude and love for what they are and what they do in their lives, because we're all part of this experience of humanity together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And inhaling, arms overhead, hands come to prayer, and prayer comes to heart. offering love and gratitude for this world, this planet, this incredible experience of life that we are given, the beautiful planet that we live on. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for the nurturance, the nourishment, the pleasure, the sunshine, the moonlight. Thank you. And just allow yourself to let that land in your body. Maybe we'll take a couple torso rolls to the right and a couple torso rolls to the left. And then placing your right hand down, just reaching your left arm over gently, allowing the hips to just press into the mat. And we'll take that to the other side, just very gently. I think there may have been an internet moment there. I saw the screen freeze, so there's a problem with this one. Just, I hope it did not interrupt your flow. Oh. And just being honest with where you're at is always a good thing, right? It's, you know, it's New Year's Day. Most people, there's no such thing. It's, we all do different things and are in different places. Let's come to a nice child's pose on the mat. Knees will be wide, toes will touch, and the forehead will rest on the ground. Your hands can be in front of you or at your side by your hips. That's up to you. And let's just do some wiggling here, letting the hips rock from side to side, letting the forehead roll, letting the head be soft. Sighing out anything that needs to get sighed out. And we're just gonna roll up and we're gonna come onto our back. And bringing in the knees and just hugging the knees in. Again, letting the hips rock from side to side. Maybe taking the knees in the hands and rolling around the sacrum. Circles to the right. And then circles to the left. Placing the feet on the floor and then just pressing into the hips and just lifting the hips really slightly and then down. And then lifting the hips slightly up and then down. And we're going to take a lovely supported heart opener on this first day of the new year with the blocks. One block will be on its tallest setting, one block on a medium setting. Please have a blanket nearby. If you don't have blocks or a blanket, I would say just either placing a pillow, a sturdy pillow underneath the heart center and allowing the head to rest over the pillow, and so that the pillow is actually landing in the mid-back and your shoulders are draping off it. But having a blanket to cover yourself can be nice. Oh. Just allowing yourself to drop in on New Year's Day. Let's be gentle as we warm up. Yeah, just letting, I can tell that my blocks are not well placed here, but the lower block is going to be between your shoulder blades. The base of the block is going to be about the line of the bottom of your shoulder blades. And then the top block should just be straight under your head, just a straight support. Neither block should be tipping. And if you have pillows, you're just going to go behind your heart center so that your shoulders and arms drape off the pillow and your head is on the floor. And again, covering yourself with a blanket here can be really good. And let's just take a moment here. Feeling the support from behind the heart. Feeling the awareness of the heart center. Feeling the activation of the heart light in our offering, in our dedication, in our devotion, in our illumination. It is all lit with the heart. It is all powered by the heart. We are illuminated by the quality of our heart. I encourage you in this supported heart opener to really place your focus there. What is the quality of your heart awareness? What is the quality of your heart illumination? Gently rolling the head from side to side. And we'll come off the setup in a moment. You just want to take it very gently. First, bringing our feet to the floor, bringing our feet to the ground so that they offer some stability as we turn to one side, and just gently roll off your props. And allow yourself to be in a sweet little fetal position here for one moment, just feeling the sweetness. And your body may need to yawn again, just as mine does. It was a little ambitious to go out last night, but we are human and we do what we do. And part of the joy of being human is unexpected dancing, unexpected celebration, and such joy and love that we foster when we give of ourselves in a group, in community, and how that joy, when we are sharing it with others, both friends we know and people we don't know, how magnified that is. And that's really just so in keeping with what we're doing here this morning, sharing a practice and magnifying our joy in being embodied, whatever that looks like, wherever you are. Hatha, yoga, anushasana, here yoga begins. It's not about attainment of being in a perfect physical state to practice yoga. You practice yoga in any state, because in any state, that is the most auspicious time to begin awareness and practice. Hatha yoga anushasana. Yes. Here in this auspicious moment, exactly as I am and no other way, here yoga begins. And you might gently push yourself up to a seat. I'll do a little cat-cowing. So just moving any props off to the side for the moment. And we'll come to all fours. Just again, lifting the tail, lifting the heart center and curling the tail. Rounding up between the shoulder blades and then dropping the belly, lifting the tail, lifting the heart and curling. And then feel free to add any intuitive movement that might feel good. Be gentle, be broad, be expansive. Just explore. Explore what feels good. You may press your left leg back, just feeling the ball of the foot, straightening the leg. And then you may press your right leg back, again, feeling the ball of the foot, straighten the leg. And just again, child's pose. Wiggling the hips. And you're going to make your way up into a forward fold at the top of your mat. So coming to your hands and knees, and then we're not going to go into a downward dog. We're just going to press up to our feet, allowing the head to continue to fall forward, keeping a nice generous bend in the knees, and just letting the torso rest on your thighs. And maybe swaying side to side, letting the hands support. Breathing. This is my body in this moment. You might press the left hand down right in front of right beneath the crown of your head. And then slowly straighten the right leg as you bend into the left knee. Lifting the right arm to the right. Bring that down. Right hand comes down. Left leg straightens, right leg is bent. Left arm reaches up. And we'll just go side to side here. Leg, straightening into each leg. Lifting the arm, just bringing some movement to the body. Into the right, reaching the right arm, straightening the right leg, bending the left. And then bend into the right, straighten the left leg, reach the left arm. And then just come back to your forward fold and roll all the way up to standing. Ooh. Arms come overhead, hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart. And then we'll just try a nice balancing tree pose so that we can feel where our balance is this morning on New Year's Day. It's such a great opportunity. If balance is challenging for you, use the wall, but really just feeling like, where is my root today on this first day of the year? So we're going to bring our weight into our right leg, and our left leg will come up, left foot pressing into the right thigh, and then just really finding your root. Hip points are pointing forward. Your hips are not leaning out to the side, but there's really like a upward pull through the abdominals. My foot is slipping, I can tell, but that's okay. It's New Year's Day. Okay, just that up again. It's good to play with balance on the first day of the year. It's a good day to think about balance, right? All right. Obviously, need to. That's better. Leg warmers. Just finding your root, finding your balance, finding where you are today in the world. Wherever you are, Atha Yogas Anushasanam, here yoga begins. Where is your focus? Where is your dedication? Where is your devotion, your illumination? And you can let that go. And we'll step out wide and bend into our knees, coming into a goddess pose. And just shifting side to side, allowing there to be movement. Coming into a 5-pointed star and straightening everything. And then we'll bend into your right knee, and using your hands to support, come all the way down to your side lunge to a Skandasana. And then we'll just go over to the other side, using your hands to support. Taking stock of how the body feels, if you went dancing last night, if you did any kind of physical movement last night. And again, the other side. Okay. And we'll just sit on our knees for a moment and just allowing ourselves to come back into a quiet, reflective meditation. So often, when we think about yoga, we think about a very sort of set way of experiencing posture and movement. And really, it's just a cultivation of awareness. We can use a number of avenues and entry points to explore our own cultivation of awareness, and breath work, meditation, and movement is excellent. But I think it's really important to allow ourselves to be liberated in how we choose to practice, especially first thing in the morning. So just allowing yourself to find this tall spine as you sit on your heels. Maybe you're going to put your right hand down next to you, lifting the left arm, and just again reaching over and down. And changing sides and down. All right. And then we'll just come to our backs again on the mat. I'd like us to do a supported bridge. If you don't have a block, you can just do a normal bridge, or you can place a different kind of support underneath your sacrum, but it should be fairly sturdy. So in place of a block, I can only think maybe, I don't know. I was going to say a stack of books, but that's really not a helpful or useful suggestion. So if you don't have a block, just repeat bridge 3 times if you do. And if you do have a block, you're going to place your feet on hip width with knees pointing up, feet are pressing into the floor. I'm actually going to have us do a supported bridge on the lowest, widest setting. So in the orientation I'm showing on the camera. And so you're going to press into your feet and slide that low, wide setting right underneath your sacrum. And then just allow the weight of your body to fall into that, letting the sacrum release into the block can feel amazing, by the way, which is why I'm having us do this. People can be resistant to the use of props in yoga, and also not, but understanding that what the props allow for in terms of release, in terms of extension, in terms of length, is just really quite magical. And yoga blocks are, I was going to say my favorite prop, but that seemed a little silly. But they just allow for so much, and just allowing your weight to completely spill into the block underneath your sacrum on this low, wide setting can just feel like such an amazing release for the lower back in this position, because you're not having to hold anything. The block is holding you. And you might straighten one leg and you might straighten the other. Just letting the hands rest on the body. We're having a very simple practice today. Nothing too extraordinary. Feeling into the body, feeling into the heart space. Letting yourself melt on your support, and how amazing that feels, especially on the lower back. And then we'll bring our feet back up, pressing into our feet, removing the block, and then bringing, I was gonna have us do pigeon on our back because we're already on the back, but if you would prefer to do pigeon where you're folding over the leg, it's gonna be a slightly more intense stretch, and that might actually feel quite good. So I'm gonna show that, but feel free to stay on your back, crossing your right ankle over the left knee and bringing the left knee in, either holding behind the thigh or behind the knee, in front of the knee. If you want to do pigeon upright, I'm covering my little feet because they're chilly. Your right knee is going to be bent in front of you. The shin is going to be on a slight diagonal. The right knee behind the right wrist, the right foot just at the left hip. And if you need any support under that right hip, just to let yourself sink into the mat, please find that support. Shoulder to make sure the left leg is straight, elongated, pressing into the heart, and then allowing yourself to fold over your right leg. Really nice hip stretch for your New Year's Day morning. Just allowing yourself to drop in, feeling the jaw release, feeling the muscles around the hip release, feeling tension in the back and the neck release. Just let it all go. Hatha Yoga, Anushasanam. Pure yoga begins in any moment, wherever you are, wherever you're at, whatever's going on with you. Pure yoga begins. And we're just going to press up into it. Feeling that extension in the left hip flexor, moving the heart forward. I'm going to just swap out legs. Feel free to come back into a downward facing dog to swap your legs. Covering the right, the left foot, and swinging that left leg back. And then just really finding the position of your legs before you go into the fold, so that everything is in integrity. Again, taking support underneath that left hip, if it could use some support, and pressing up, beaming the heart center forward, and folding over your leg. Nice.
Again, feeling the release. If there's tension in the jaw, if there's tension in the hips, if there's tension in the upper back, the mid back, the low back. Breathing deep, sighing it out, and just feeling the release. You are free to be you. I am free to be me. You are free to be exactly who you are in this moment as your authentic self, wherever you're at, however you're feeling. Here yoga begins. You are you. I celebrate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As we practice more kindness towards ourselves and more self-acceptance, there is a sort of unclenching that happens energetically. Yes, we're in pigeon and we're going to unclench physically the muscles or tension that we might be feeling physically, but when we're kinder to ourselves in the way we speak to ourselves, the way we treat ourselves, there's just a general unclenching. The inner self knows it is safe. The inner self knows it is loved. The inner self knows it is free to be exactly who it is in this moment or any moment, that the authentic truth of who you are is always valued, is always appreciated, and is always loved. Oh, I felt my hip just deepen and release just that. So I encourage you to speak well to yourself, to speak kindly to yourself, and see if it changes anything in your movement. Pressing ups, feeling that extension, and rolling the right leg back. We'll come back to our backs. Crossing the right leg over the left knee and letting that fall to the side, extending the arm out to the right. That's the right arm out to the right. The gaze can just follow the right hand. Oh, yeah. Allowing yourself to really soften into this twist, to really let yourself receive the benefit, to appreciate the benefit, to appreciate the moment you have to take this benefit and really drink it in, relish it. Breathing deep into the core. And slowly pushing into your feet. Readjust the hips. Maybe push into the feet and lift the hips slightly to the left. Left leg goes over right knee. Again, very just gentle, letting your legs fall to the right, extending your left arm to the left. Gaze comes over the left hand. Allowing yourself to just soften in the pose, to be soft.
Hatha Yoga, Anushasanam. Here yoga begins when I am willing, authentic, and ready to offer my practice, whatever state I may be. Here yoga begins. You're just going to roll completely onto one side again from your spinal twist. And then we'll push up to a seat. We're going to do a straddle forward fold. I encourage you to take support for underneath your forehead if that feels good. I think that whatever place your forward fold should be, it would be wonderful to have support under your forehead, because it allows you to soften and relax into the pose. So that could look like this. Even if you're not very flexible and this is your forward fold, that can be just deeply soothing to allow the head to rest with some support underneath it. If you can go a little further, having a block under your head again can feel really nice. Just letting yourself fold forward and make contact wherever you are. Again, wherever you are is exactly perfect where you need to be. Here yoga begins when I am my authentic self, showing up in my authentic way, exactly as I am, willing and dedicated to my offering. Feeling the third eye contact with the block, the ground, whatever is underneath your third eye. And just imagining a vortex of water pouring through the third eye from the mind into the ground. And on that vortex of water is carried all the noise, all the thoughts, all the fluctuations, the distractions, the noises, the beeps, the notifications, pouring deep into the silent earth on the stream of the third eye. And noticing as you let all that noise, all that fluctuation, all that distraction pour through your third eye into the earth, if that has an effect on your pose, if that has an effect on the quality of your relaxation, if that has an effect on the quality of your heart. And then we're going to press up slowly, gently, and just come onto our backs. We're coming straight into Shavasana. So if you want to take a happy baby before you take Shavasana, that can feel quite nice. I suggest that you have a blanket to cover yourself with. It's just it's just a nice corpse pose, just to extend and appreciate the stillness of this moment, allowing yourself to do absolutely nothing at all. Letting the arms rest by your side, palms facing up. And as you lie here, doing nothing, except maybe moving the awareness through the body, letting each part relax even more. The ankles, calves, knees, thighs. Hips. Feeling the upper back relaxing into the ground, feeling any tension between the shoulder blades just release. You are melting into your mat. Any gripping in the glutes, just let that go. Gripping in the arms and the jaw and the head. Feeling just this very slight stirring of air across the face, deepening the breath, feeling your stillness, appreciating that moment, feeling the body in its still quality. And then maybe just vaguest notion of movement in the fingertips and the toes, just barely a whisper. And registering that very slight movement. And maybe rolling the head from side to side, bringing a little bit more movement into the body, a little bit more awareness breaking open. Taking a full body stretch if that's what you're called to do. And then just making your way to fetal position on one side. And feel that for a moment in stillness. And very gently, softly pushing up to a seat. Keeping the eyes closed. You can bring your hands to prayer. You can bring your hands to your heart. You can leave them in your lap. Hatha Yoga Anushasana. Your yoga begins right now, in this moment. And I'm authentic and offering exactly what I have to offer. Exactly as it is. Not striving to be anything else, but willing to offer what I am. Hatha Yoga Anushasana. Your yoga begins. Breathing into our heart, breathing into our dedication, our intention, our offering. One deep breath in, one clearing breath out. And then we'll inhale to Om, taking a nice inhale. Om. Bowing to you, my friends, my beautiful human community. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. Thank you for being willing to practice together. I am showing up exactly as I am today, imperfections and all, to share myself with you because I love doing this. And I love offering something where we can be together and magnify our energy together, even if we're together apart. So I offer this practice to you just from my authentic self. And I hope that as you do this with me today, or wherever you are today, that you have such a beautiful experience for the rest of your day, that just life does proffer or shower you with joyfulness and love and heart light. Thank you, friends. Thank you for practicing with me today. And I will see you all soon as we begin to get into 2024 and the new year. Namaste. Thank you.